Batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Here, ready to move out.
The purpose of our two previous encounters is now very clear to me. I do not intend to be distracted by another. Good night, Mr. Bond.
Do you expect me to talk?
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
Enjoy them as much as any bloke. But in the spirit of commemoration,
Who's that, Mum?
whereby those important events of the past, usually associated with someone's death or the end of some awful bloody struggle, are celebrated with a nice holiday, I thought we could mark this November the 5th, a day that is sadly no longer remembered, by taking some time out of our daily lives to sit down and have a little chat. There are, of course, those who do not want us to speak.
Let me think, just let me
I
think.
suspect even now, orders are being shouted into telephones, and men with guns will soon be on their way.
It's Chancellor Sutler.
Damn it!
Why? Because while the truncheon may be used in lieu of conversation, words will always retain their power. Words offer the means to meaning, and for those who will listen, the enunciation of truth. And the truth is, there is something terribly wrong with this country, isn't there?
You designed it, sir. You wanted it foolproof. You told me every television in London.
Cruelty and injustice, intolerance and oppression. And where once you had the freedom to object, to think and speak as you saw fit, you now have censors and systems of surveillance coercing your conformity and soliciting your submission.
We need cameras.
How did this happen? Who's to blame? Well, certainly there are those who are more responsible than others, and they will be held accountable. But again, truth be told, if you're looking for the guilty, you need only look into a mirror.
There is no escape. Don't make me destroy you. Luke, you do not yet realize your importance. You have only begun to discover your power. Join me, and I will complete your training. With our combined strength, we can end this destructive conflict and bring order to the galaxy.
I'll never join you!
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
Do you want to know what it is? The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
What truth?
That you are a slave, Neo. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage. Born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind.
We move south to find Navia.
Let Crixus and the other Gauls chase Lost Hope. Spartacus!
The decision's been made. We must stand as one. Or fall divided. A lesson hard learned. Shackle will be struck from every slave upon our path. We will see our numbers grow. And when they have become legion, we will face Glaber and the hordes of Rome again. And the gods shall weep for their suffering. Beep, beep.
Don't look too closely, then I'll see.
Good morning and welcome to the original Red Pill Show. Today is Friday. Yay, it's Friday. Oh, man, I'm so glad that it's day for ducks, man. Not very good, but nonetheless, it's Friday. So how are you doing? I didn't load my freaking sound effects, so I gotta do that right now. Anyway, the original Red Pill Show is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Please use it at your own risk. The original Red Pill Show. It's copyrighted by me. No parts of this podcast on iTunes, Podbean, and live on Spreaker.com on Voice over Internet Protocol cannot be reused, rebroadcasted in any way, shape, or form without my written consent. Finally, the original Red Pill Show is opinionated. Therefore, the host especially, callers when we have them, guests, etc., whatever, are opinionated. Under no circumstances whatsoever should opinions be taken as advice. If you are seeking professional advice, we strongly encourage you to hire a license if required person in his or her field there, little Tommy. Hey, man, no. That's his name. How many times? I gotta say that. Hey, man. Get it? How you doing? I'm a-doing just a wunderbar today. Except I'm having technical difficulties and I'm getting pretty piced. Because Audacity will not record in stereo. Why? Why do we ask? I ask because I want stereo. Damn it. Hello, check one. Hello. Can you hear me now? Good. My phone bill's $250 fucking dollars and it sucks. Hello? No, it's not. So anyway. Yeah, I don't know. And those levels are low. What the hell, man? Hello? How's that? Hello? Check it out. Hello? This freaking SM7B just really fucks it up. Oh, yeah. It is, what time is it? It is 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock Central Time. And I had a little time to kill here, and just figured I would come on. And it's getting humid out already, which really sucks. And kind of, I don't know if I want to get into what I was talking about yesterday. I don't even know what the hell I really want to talk about. I just figured I'd come on because I am going to be busier than a one-arm paper hanger at work. So I don't even know if I'll be able to do this, to be quite honest, in about a week or two right after Memorial Day weekend. So, which may be good, may be bad. But whatever happens, there's a lot of... Maybe that's what I should do. Just time to say thank you and go to statistics. My battery's going to crap out anyway. Hello. Yeah, you really got a squawk in this thing. And, let's see here. Let's go to... There it is right there. Podbean. And let's go to login and me, and we're gonna share. It's time to share this. Well, as I'm trying to wake up and I had my Starbucks coffee this morning, yes. And this mic stand is not cooperating all that much. All right, so let's go to this and that and my account and statistics. And here we go. Oh, we're one shy of 500 downloads on Podbean, which is kind of cool. So, grassy ass on that one. And geography, let's see. Okay, here we go. We are around the world, which really freaks me out, man. Coming from a guy that saw CBs and stuff take off and all that, I mean, it's crazy. Breaker 19. Give me a radio check, please. Let's see here. United States of America, Canada. Oh, Canada. Unknown. I don't know who that is because that's why it says unknown. Greece, Australia, mate. UK, Sweden, Denmark, Germany, and other. I don't even know what other is. It doesn't tell me. Oh, New Zealand. I would love to go to New Zealand. If I went to New Zealand, I would not come back. I'd be sitting on the beach doing this stupid-ass show, catching fish, drinking margaritas in the sun, and say, you know what, fuck all of you. So, how's that sound? Fuck all this shit. I'm done. What's the point? I mean, come on. You know how many people I ran into lately that say that? I'm just going to go sell fish bait on the side of the road in Texas. This was a guy. And then a woman goes, I'm just going to go with my girlfriend and move to Florida and sell sandwiches on the side of the road. I can't tell you how many people are in that mindset right now. And you're probably like, what are you talking about? I don't know, but me, just take my ass to Australia or New Zealand and plop me on the beach with a fishing pole and a mic and an outlet that'd be creative, solar panel, there you go, battery, regulator, or what do you call monitor, solar monitor, and I can do it, man. I could do this show. Just sitting on the gorgeous beach with my toes in the sand and a little umbrella drink and a little monkey boy, cabana boy. Go get me another margarita there, boy. All right, so here we go. We going to view the states here. Illinois, 148. I don't know why. California, home of Arnold and the Assholes. And his movie's coming out soon. Washington State, again, unknown, which I'm going to guess is the military, and I don't have any rhyme or reason for saying that, but I think that could be. Oh, by the way, thank you from the bottom of my heart to all firefighters, teachers, law enforcement, military, serving and non-serving. You are awesome. You're all heroes in my heart. I don't give a shit what anybody says, okay? I think a lot of people are like that. And anybody that doesn't think that should have their head examined or move the fuck out of the country, okay? Sorry. Let's see here. Texas, Florida, North Carolina, Georgia, Michigan, Tennessee, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Arizona, Kentucky, Connecticut, New York, Delaware, Maryland, Nebraska, Hawaii. Now, there's another place. But, you know, Hawaii, it's like, it gives me a Gilligan's Island feel. I mean, that fucking island is way out there. I mean, you look at a map, and it's like halfway to Asia, isn't it? I mean, it's way out there. But I just hear it's so gorgeous. And I'm like, just give me anything tropical. And I'm fucking done, man. But Hawaii, Vermont, Colorado, and Maine. Okay, and if you look at the map, I mean, that's looks like an election map. And the two highest states are colored in blue, which doesn't mean Democrat. It just means whatever. Followed by Washington, which is gray. And then all the other ones are dark beige that have listened. And then the white or light beige are nobody that has listened, like North Dakota, South Dakota, Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, Nevada. I'm kind of shocked. Nobody from New Mexico, Oklahoma, Nebraska. No, wait a minute. That's not Nebraska. What's south of Nebraska? Kansas? Maybe? Oh, my geography sucks. Louisiana, South Carolina, and Rhode Island, all up there in New England. There's some that haven't. But if I had to split this country in half, of course, population is mostly dense on the east side of the Mississippi, but if I split this sucker, which looking at this isn't even splitting the country in half, it'd be right between North Dakota and South Dakota, right down, right splitting Texas in the middle, down to the Gulf. And, I mean, it's really predominantly east, for sure. I don't know why. I don't know what that means. I don't know what any of this shit means. I really don't. I just, I mean, radio sucks. Not that I don't, but there's just a huge gap in demand for entertainment in every genre. Movies, music, this, and I don't know if it's because it's controlled by all the big conglomerates, because I don't know if I said this before, but I heard Glenn Beck ask this question to people in his industry, and he said, who's the biggest threat to you guys? You know, and I don't know who he asked it to, but just imagine all the big, you know, like Rush Limbaugh, Howard Stern, all the people that are made it and they're, you know, they're at the top of the pyramid or the throne or whatever, you know, and mega entertainers and all that. And some of them, and I'm not saying they said it, but whoever Glenn Beck asked this question, some of them said, oh, well, you got, you know, this big company and that big company and this and that and whatever. And he's like, oh, that's interesting. And Glenn Beck said, your biggest competitor is some kid with a microphone sitting in his bedroom with his computer on the internet. And I'm like, whoa. Whoa, dude. Dude, that's real heavy, man. Yeah. And it's true. I mean, didn't Justin Bieber get his fame and fortune through YouTube? I think so. And it might be one in a million, but yeah, that's what free enterprise and open markets and not restricting. Oh, well, you got to have a third-class radio telephone operator's license to blah, 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 which I used to have one back when I was a kid, high school, but why? I don't know. But now you don't. But from what I'm seeing here, they're going to try to change that. And that would be a shame. Because if we think, and I think, we have everything figured out. And I'll never forget this, too. I was in a mall. You know, they still exist. And it was one of those knick-knack poster places or something. And there was a poster that said, and it was from like 1900 or 1920 or somewhere around that area, and said something like the patent office will be closed indefinitely due to nothing else can be invented further at this time, or some shit like that. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. And I kind of think that's where we think we are now, but for kind of different reasons. Regulation, suppression, people with power are threatened. You cannot tell me there isn't a car out there that gets 100 miles to the gallon. You can't tell me that. I know there is. Just watch the movie Gas Hole. And Nikola Tesla with type this one. Have a couple beers, okay? And marijuana is a federally scheduled drug, which the UN came up with, by the way. Check that out. The scheduling of drugs. And I highly suggest you don't do that. But do whatever you want, okay? But I would make it legal federally and state, okay? You're asking for trouble, I'm telling you. Whatever you're doing, you better be careful. But be that as it may, go to Google or your favorite search engine and type Tesla's black box Arrow Pierce. I think it was an Arrow Pierce vehicle. But he just Tesla's black box. I can do it now. My battery, you got 15%. But I'm going to burn through it here. If you don't believe me, why don't we just, I'm going to get a one-man band here. And I really don't want to get into this all that deep, because it doesn't matter. I've come to that realization, but here, Tesla's, and it don't matter. I'm not saying nothing anybody doesn't know. Tesla's black box. Tesla's work, Radiant Energy, is an excerpt from the book Secrets of the Cold War. Tesla's black box. Let's see. Factor Fantasy. So it's coming up. Touring car. But allegedly he just had a car with some wires sticking out and connected his magic black box to it and had an 80 horsepower AC motor in there and drove this car indefinitely. So, and here's how I think he did it. So, Wardenclyffe Tower, type that up, which some guy saved, which is amazing, because it was just going to go into, I never heard of it. Have you? Okay, class, kids, we're going to learn about Thomas Edison, who did not come up with the alternating current system. Nikola Tesla did. Thomas Edison was working on DC power in batteries and storable power, which only had a 10-mile capability before you had voltage reduction, and then had to have another station where alternating current, your drop isn't nowhere near that. You can go, I don't know how far you can go. Pretty freaking far. But Tesla was working on the transmission of energy, wireless. And that's where radio came from. But Marconi, I don't know, twisted some knobs and then, oh, look, see, I can send messages, which Tesla said you could do that anyway. And I think the Supreme Court said Tesla did it, and then they reversed it again. I don't know. But they're definitely trying to blackball Tesla. There's no doubt about it. But he was on to something, and it was all suppressed and stopped. And it's really a shame, because it goes to the patent thing where, everything that can be invented and will be invented has been invented and we're done. It's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. I'm almost confident, and this is really weird too, because Star Trek, the TV series, the old one. Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor, not an electrical engineer. Whatever. Damn it, Jim. Damn it, I gotta work on him, McCoy. It's really weird that a lot of the gizmos in Star Trek are coming true. The communicator's a frickin' cell phone. I know they got scanners now, kind of like the scanners they had for checking your body. I bet you they have teleportation, but you just don't know about it. And there's just a lot of stuff in that TV show that has come to reality. So it makes me think that there's other crap that we don't know about. And I think, what's his face from Coast to Coast, George, what the fuck is his name? George. He talks about a lot of this stuff, but then it gets into UFOs and aliens, and I don't want to get into that, but George Norrie, who somebody told me I sound like him. I'm like, I don't hear it, but whatever. I mean, I guess it's a compliment. You guys are really successful. I don't really give a shit who I sound like, but because I'm not trying to do that. But there's some really interesting things, and I just think that we should be way far. I mean, look how long it took just to get flat panel televisions. Are you fucking kidding me, really? And the Jetsons and that, you know, the Jetsons, I was a kid and all that shit was a cartoon, yeah, but you can't tell me the technology wasn't out there. So it's just kind of, sometimes, I think that's why people are saying, you know, fuck this shit. Why am I doing this? My IRA, my retirement, my house, it all went to hell in 08. And then you could argue that it came back, whatever. But why take that risk? You know, and why bust your ass and you're ready to retire and half of your net worth is evaporated because it's all paper anyway. Your debt doesn't go away, but your assets and your net worth sure does. The value of them sure does. So it's like, what? Tomorrow I can wake up and this shit's half of what I'm worth. You just bankrupted me. You do a personal balance sheet after that and you're done. You're negative net worth. And the night before you were up $500,000. Well, what happened? So I don't know. It's a risk that I'm not really want to take, and I've learned a lot. And it made me think and do my homework, and it really comes down to this. And I'm reading some things now that this David Icke book, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Just research this: the United States flag with a gold border on it, or gold fringe. Just type that. And I'm reading this stuff, and I'm like, you got to be kidding. And I'll say this, and then I'll probably do it. And before I forget, B.B. King passed away, and I just have a few moments of silence for that, because that guy was awesome, and he's just a great guitarist. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I almost forgot. Okay, Godspeed there, Mr. King. Great stuff. God bless you. So it makes me think, and it makes me think about liberty and freedom. And I'm coming to realize that when I analyze in deep critical thinking with this stuff, that I don't really see it as I think it was supposed to be. I get up, I go to work, pay my bills, buy stuff, get into debt, do everything I'm told to do, buy a house, buy a car, buy. And the next thing I know, I'm into debt up to my ass, and then lose half of my hard work, which you can't get back. But I still owe the debt. So it makes me think, well, what part in our history were people that were indebted to other people, and what happened to them? And the answer to that's slavery. So if we're all wiped out on the asset side of the balance sheet and we still owe the debt, who do we owe the debt to? Well, from what I'm reading, we owe it to England, and then anybody who's buying our treasury notes, bills, or bonds. So supposedly in 1933 we filed bankruptcy and we owe England the money now. And I'm like, well, I never was taught that. What are you talking about? According to this David Icke book. And I'm like, wow. It's news to me. So the more I'm reading and the more I go down the rabbit hole, the more I'm like, you've got to be shitting me. What do you mean? I thought it was our debt and our country and sovereign debt and yada, yada, yada. And according to this book, we owe it to England. I'm like, since when? Since 1933. Really? That's interesting. And of course, if you default on a debt that you can't pay, then they own you. So, what does that mean? So, I'm doing my homework and more research on this stuff to see if that's true or not. So, but it makes sense. And it's like, How come nobody knows this? Or they just don't care? So it makes me think, really, who are we and what are we doing and who do we owe to whom? Because you can think you have liberty and freedoms and everything else, but if you owe somebody money and your country filed bankruptcy in 1933 and England purchased the debt and now we're paying them off on top of everybody else, then who owns us? Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you can get up and go to work and have your First Amendment and all your amendments. And it still doesn't matter. You're still owned by somebody. Because you're in debt. And after the bailout, it got even worse. So, what's going on? So, I'm going to read some more books, because every time you start thinking or saying this kind of stuff, you're labeled a nut. And it's like, but if it's all documented, how are you a nut? So maybe the best thing to do is just sell everything, get out of debt. I don't owe anybody a dime. Get some menial job somewhere, flipping burgers or pouring coffee or selling sandwiches on the side of the road or fish bait in Texas, and go fuck all this shit. Or go sit on a beach and squawk into this thing, and just, all I'm asking for is, $20 or $1 a show or some shit. I don't know. Just enough to put food in my stomach and survive day to day. But something's not right, and I'm gonna find out, and it's all gonna be documented and published, which supposedly it already is. But I read this first chapter of this book, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. So I will finish reading this book, absorb it, and go, holy shit, and go from there. But, things supposedly aren't the way they seem to be. And that really fits more into this stupid show called The Red Pill Show, the original Red Pill Show, to make you think. So, and if it's true, it's really sad, because this is the greatest country that's ever been here, and if we owe other people money, it doesn't matter. And the way things are going and the way we spend money carefree, we're all on vacation by our lifestyle, it's not going to last. So I want to find out who I owe what. So I think my phone's ringing. So anyway, with that said, I'm going to let you go. It's time to go to work and enjoy your weekend. And just think about what I said and put some thought into it, because if that's what's happening, I'm done. I'm just done. So enjoy your weekend, and I think I said that. I'm sliding over my outro here. So anyway, God bless everybody. That's sad for King, BB King, and say my prayers for him and his family and condolences. So thanks for listening to me again. God bless everyone, and have a great weekend. You have been listening to the original Red Pill Show.